Hello there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. Welcome back to another fragrance review, and today we have another fragrance from the house of Fragrance World. In fact, it's the sub-brand called as French Avenue, and I'm talking about Divin Asylum, right? So we're going to talk about this particular fragrance and figure out whether it has got substance or it is a hype, or should you be considering to get it because it's a dupe of a very popular niche fragrance, and we'll talk all about it and consider buying or not, right? So you're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Let's get going right after this intro. So welcome back, and like I said, we're going to review this particular fragrance called as Divin Asylum from the house of French Avenue, which is a sister concern of Fragrance World. It is part of a series from them, or rather you can simply say this is Fragrance World Divin Asylum. Okay, now this box is superb, okay, and the fragrance smells very good. It's supposed to be an alternate of a very popular fragrance from the house of Roja, and Roja Perfumes, of course, you know, it's one of the most sought after premium fragrances in the world. So you know, it's a alternate or a dupe of that particular fragrance, right? Now before we go on to the video, if you like the type of content and you know, the videos that I bring, please hit the like button, subscribe and share. It's getting a little tedious because of a lot of work that's happening, and because of which the video frequency is kind of, you know, reduced a little bit. You see about 2 videos dropping a week, but still we will come back to it in a few days time and have more reviews, right? So if you do like the type of content that I bring, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe and hit the bell icon, and do leave a comment. That really motivates and also lets me know what you want to watch next, right? So let's talk about the fragrance, and let's talk about a little bit of the packing. So it comes in this beautiful blue gold colored box. It's got French Avenue written everywhere. It's got this nice logo here, and you know, all of that. So this is outer box that you have to get rid of to actually look at the packing itself, which is like this. It's very nice. It's got this nice kind of a velvet type of a material, like a nice silk type of a material as well. Nice embossum, and you know, very nicely done box as well. Very good for gifting. And I have the bottle here. The bottle is going to definitely be an how do you say, eye turner, because the bottle is absolutely beautiful. It's a very heavy bottle, and it kind of sits very nicely in this case. So if I were to just show you, put it back here, so it looks like this, something like this. I had removed it because I wanted to test drive a spray once again, but otherwise the bottle is really nice. It's got a very familiar looking cap that you see, the same metal type of a logo, Divin Asylum written on both the sides, and you know, the Fragrance World logo at the bottom. So very nice bottle, and if you are a connoisseur of fragrance bottles, and if you like Roja Parfum and you want to have a bottle that looks like that, maybe if you cannot afford, then yes, this one does work, because it kind of looks very much like that, right? Now let's do a couple of sprays to understand what is the scent profile of this particular fragrance. So if you have not been able to get the name of the fragrance by this particular name, you should be able to get hints of this particular perfume or what fragrance it is trying to dupe. Now what I feel is, in terms of the bottle to cap ratio is very nice. It's a heavy bottle and a heavy cap, so you do get a very extremely good presentation in the bottle and, you know, the perfume. So it's a good investment in that point of view. Now the fragrance smells nice. It's a very known DNA. You do get a very good hint about citrusy, sweet, spicy kind of a fragrance with a little bit of a woody element and a little bit of an aromatic, spicy element kind of a nature, right? So that scent profile is very good, and it is one of those scents that within the first few minutes after you put it on and you walk around, you will definitely get noticed. You will also get compliments for it. So it's a very loved DNA as such, and this smells really nice in the air. So that is something that you will enjoy, and it's got a very nice scent profile. The quality of scent that I would say is very good in this one and on the other fragrance that we reviewed last week as well, so which is the Aether, right? Now both of them have actually got good scent quality, so that is undoubtedly something that you pay, and they have good presentation. That is another reason why these fragrances are pretty popular, right? So what do you get, right? So this is a fragrance that actually has got a lot of grapefruit, that kind of an element, a lot of citrus elements right at the top. Now, from a notes point of view, this is one of those fragrances, like most Roja fragrances, they have a lot of things going on. So a lot of citrus elements, there is a little bit of a black currant, there is a lot of spice elements like thyme and all of that. Then in the heart notes, there are floral elements, there is vetiver, there is a lot of woody elements, and in the dry down, there is amber, there's benzoin, there's vanilla, and more of these things. But by and large, if I were to say, this is more of a citrusy, spicy, light floral, and of course a little bit of that leathery, incensey type of a fragrance with a nice dry down of vanilla. Okay, so the vanilla note is something that you will immediately notice, because even when you put it on at the top, right at the top itself, you can get that citrus element, you do get those spice elements, and then you do find hints of floral element like jasmine, rose, those kind of hints definitely, and then you immediately smell the vanilla with the little bit of amber. Now the leather is not very prominent on this particular fragrance, but overall it smells very, very nice, and the first few minutes is something that you absolutely enjoy on this particular fragrance. Now, like the Aether, here also it goes with a similar story, where the opening is very nice. It lasts for a few minutes, like let's say 20-30 minutes time of that projection. Even if you do, let's say, good 10-12 sprays also, it will do about 30-40 minutes at maximum. After that, it starts to fade away. Okay, now when the fade away happens, it takes away the citrus elements, it takes away those floral elements, and what you are left with is more of that the vanilla element, very much a little bit of that leathery accord that you kind of get with that incensey vibe. That is something that you will be retained with. A little bit of that spicy element and that slight hints of citrus elements still continue to be there. But you can think about it this way, that if there were about 90% of citrus element right at the opening of the fragrance, then by the time it's about 40-45 minutes time, that comes down to maybe about 20%, right? So you do get faint hints of citrus element. But the good thing is, this is a type of fragrance that is absolutely enjoyed by a lot of people around you. So the moment you smell it, or the moment you put it on, a lot of other people will acknowledge that you want something nice. The only frail about it is that it is soft, in my opinion. Now, it is soft for people who are fragrance enthusiasts. For them, you will find it softer because it doesn't have a very loud projection. It doesn't go beast mode. It doesn't do even loud for that category. But people who are new to fragrances, people who are not very choosy, particular about fragrances, they will find this as a very strong fragrance in the first few minutes. But like I said, after the first 40 minutes time, it settles down very, very much. It's a very soft, nice kind of a scent that way. Okay. Now, this is a fragrance. This is an alternative of the popular Elysium from the house of Roja fragrances. So that is what this particular dupe is going for. In fact, it is the Parfum edition that it's going for, because that's why this particular bottle looks exactly like that, right? Now, the juice is also nice. The only difference is the lasting. Okay. Now, I told you about the first part of the projection, and then it's about 40 minutes starts to go down. Now, on your skin, you might get about 3 hours roughly. Okay. That's what you will be able to sniff this fragrance on you. But if you put it on apparels, you might be able to push it another 45 minutes to 4 hours at maximum. But longevity is the biggest concern of this particular fragrance. It does only about 3.5-4 hours time. Now, why that becomes a concern? Because the fragrance is very good to smell. It's got a nice scent profile. It smells very premium. In fact, I would say that when you put side by side, I do have a small decant of the Elysium. It smells very close to the original. All of that is fine. It's just the lasting. Now, this can be a good alternate for people who already own the original and they want to layer it up. Then yes, this will work absolutely fine, because this will cost you about 2,600 to 3,500 rupees roughly, and the original cost may be at least 5 times more than that. So from that price point of view, you will be able to layer this pretty well, and people wouldn't really be able to see the difference. Now, the original, the Parfum edition at least lasts a little longer, but the Cologne editions, they don't actually last that much. So yes, lasting is a bit of a problem, but otherwise it's a good scent overall, right? Now, what do you get right in these French Avenue fragrances is they have great presentation. Okay, very good presentation for the money that you are paying. Good looking bottles, be it this or be it the Aether that we have, is very, very good looking. In fact, the Aether scent quality is very nice again, but then it's just the lasting there also. Same story here. The lasting is not good, but it's a good juice to consider. So if you, like I said earlier, if you are looking to have a good bottle in your collection, you want to have something that is going to be appealing, you want something that can be looked at in your collection and said, oh wow, that looks nice, how does it smell? yes, then this is it. So the fragrance has got good things going for it, but the part that doesn't work is the lasting part. Now, maybe in very cold temperatures or places where there is a very low climate in terms of hotness and so forth, like Europe and all that, I am sure this will last much better. But in the Indian condition, even in cities like Bangalore where the humidity is not there, I'm telling you, it doesn't last. I have tried putting this in the evenings, doesn't work beyond that 2-3 hour mark, 3 hour mark and beyond. Daytime also it doesn't last much longer. But the scent quality, I definitely agree that they have been doing really, really good, and that is something to look at, right? So overall, should you consider getting this, or should you look at any other option? I would suggest that if you are looking for a very visual representation, you want a very visually attractive bottle and a juice, then yes, go for this. But if you are looking for a more value for money, more louder, much stronger scent profile, then the Ocean Enigma is a much better choice from the house of Naseem, that I would really think. So between Ocean Enigma and this, if you're confused, then Ocean Enigma makes more sense, because it is half the price almost of this, and you do get a much better quality of juice and a much louder performing fragrance, and lasts also definitely longer than that, right? So that is what I thought about Divin Asylum from the house of Fragrance World, French Avenue. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe and share, and I will see you on another video. Until another time, take care. Bye bye.